Hey folks, Quill18 here, and welcome to the Saturday Quill18 live stream extraordinaire. We just finished the multiplayer portion, and due to excessively loud demand, hey, thank you for subscribing, Noel Leet. Due to a lot of demand and Mr. Joe Cool, we are going to be playing some Banished. Now, decided to start on a new area, and specifically we're going to explore the mountain map, and we're going to do the hardcore. There's actually an achievement. I don't know if the achievement worked or not, probably, but like they're so high up. My God, these are real achievements. These are not like free achievements. So there's a Mountain Men achievement. Using harsh climate and a small mountainous map, maintain a population of 50 people for 20 years. That sounds really hard. Now, I don't think we're going to be able to play for 20 years, and certainly not 20 years after getting up to 50 people. But we're going to get started. Small, harsh, disasters on. May as well start on hard as well. Okay. That's going to be fun. It's going to be awesome. Or something. Okay. Boom, 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 boom. So let's pause. So, mountainous terrain involves a lot more hills and like, none of this is going to be buildable. Like, this is a small map where most of it you can't build on. It's going to be, hello, Dark Avenger. Thank you for subscribing. Look, like, oh my God, we can't build anywhere. How are we? Now, of course, you know, different maps are going to be, you know, different size. It's all procedurally generated. So it's possible that you can get a somewhat easier map. This will definitely not. And Joclo, I guess people are happy that we're playing Banished. I feel bad that I can't incorporate the subscribers into this. But I guess they're... Oh my God. What the hell are we going to do? Alright, here's what we're going to do. We're going to clear cut the area directly near us. Well, specifically, I'm going to tell them to harvest all the trees from here, and all the stone as well. We'll need a rather large stockpile to fit that all in. We're going to do that. And we're also going to build a bridge ASAP. Because we're going to need access to the other side. And what I'm thinking of, we'll set up gathering and hunting over here. We'll probably need a little bridge here. It's not great. We're not going to get great tree coverage, but we'll do that. We'll also set up the hunter's lodge trick. We'll just have them set the plant at first, just to try to get as much stuff over here as we can. Actually, we'll probably rely a little bit more on fishing. We'll set up one gatherer and one fisher. That's what we'll do. So let's open up our little doohickeys. I'm going to keep the log hidden just because we don't have quite as much space to work with. This resolution, we'll do something like that. Alright, we'll unpause. Everyone's complaining about not having a home. We're going to assign half our people to builders. Again, to start off with, I'll just grab the tool and they're going to go chopping things. Yeah, the sound issue is not something I can do with. It's something about the way that XSplit is encoding things. So if you're using earphones, because the microphone is automatically always going to be mono. And on mono sound, it should just be set to go out evenly on both earphones, but for some reason it doesn't. So I don't know what to do about that. I should have actually double-checked the encoding settings when we took a break here. I'm sorry that I didn't. And my voice is very rapidly starting to go because I do have a bit of a cold. So we're going to kick the speed up to times 10 here just so that things actually happen at a reasonable pace. Things getting chopped down. Okay, and the bridge will get worked on. And we will go ahead and put down the fishing. And this is actually going to be a decent fishing spot. Lots of water coverage, if that does matter, which we haven't really determined if it does or not. Oh, we need a storage place. So I'm going to put a nice big stockpile right here, which should be more than enough to store absolutely everything that we're cutting down here. I may have queued actually a little bit too much. I'm not sure. Someone just came of age. Good stuff. We're going to go without houses for as long as we can here while we get this sorted out. Yeah, let's cancel. Thank you for subscribing, Rary. Let's cancel some of this, like that. Still need a fair amount of stone and wood, which is finally being banked. And we do have the workers set up, so they should build me both the fishing dock and the bridge at some point. We'll build those bridges early to avoid the death march. It's funny, I had a Kiss for Luck. If you don't follow her, you should really do that, a Kiss for Luck on YouTube. And she was playing Banished over here on my computer, and the death march thing happened to her too. I'm like, hold on, hold on, hold on. I know how to handle this. It's cool, guys. We're fine. But I think she lost a handful of people, not as many as I did. So if you missed it, what happened is I set up the bridge, and then, you know, the bridge queued up a road and then put a building over here. And people were trying to, like, build the building first. So they're trying to walk around the river somehow to get there. And they take this long, long walk, get, like, halfway there, and then realize they're hungry, turn right around, try to come home, and then starve to death on the way home. Or freeze to death. Happened a lot, too. Okay, yeah, seriously, we can stop all the remove. You guys have done an excellent job. We've got lots of wood now. We're okay. We'll take it down to a speed 5 for a little bit. We want the fishing to be done. We want this to be done as well. If I build a road, I can't remember. The laborers might actually do roads. Would not be awful to have a few. Okay, bridge is done. Right? Actually done. Yes, good. So we are going to go with a gatherer, because gatherers are amazingly powerful. And we're going to put it... Well, let's get down the Forester's Lodge first, so we can figure out exactly what kind... That's the wrong thing. Exactly where we're going to be, like, producing trees. I think something like that is reasonable. And then, yeah, and then we can put down the gatherer right next to it. Something like that. And I'm also going to plop down a couple of houses right in front of them, so that those people have someone somewhere nearby to live. So let me go and just draw out a road, just to technically have it. I'm not sure I placed everything perfectly, but that's okay. Oops, that is not the right spot. Cancel building, that one there. I moved at the last second. There we are. Like that. But I'm going to pause the houses. In fact, I'm going to... Nah, you can build the Forester's Lodge too. That's okay. Get those things up and running. Gatherer makes lots and lots and lots and lots of food. Currently, it's the single best source of food there is, especially if you can get a lot of forest around, which is what the Forester's Lodge is actually going to produce for us. It's going to be fantastic. We're not going to start on hunting right away. I think we'll wait for a little bit more population before we do. We're going to go to 4 fishermen over here, fisher people. And what I'm also going to do is I'm going to throw a couple of houses down here, because we're going to want them. Whoops. But I'm going to pause them. Like so. Oh, if any of you guys want to play on the same map, here's the seed information. I'm going to leave it up on the screen for a second here. You can pause it on YouTube, because it is being recorded for YouTube. Yes, good. There you go. So if you want to play on the exact same map, that's how you can do it. Can't wait long, and the hunter needs a coat in the climate. You're right, it is cold. We are going to need the hunter going pretty goddamn fast. Curious about whether I want to add it in here. Probably. But we could build a secondary area, maybe. Well, this is really enclosed. I guess the advantage of this place, there's actually a fair amount of place for deer to sort of come through. I think we will end up with a hunter over here. So a whole sort of like mini food production place in this end of town. Although the deer wander a fair bit. Well, that's an actually pretty good place too. It's a little further from town, but that'll be an excellent, maybe a second hunter actually. Because you do need a fair bit of leather to keep things working. Time is it? Late summer. Yeah, it's going to get cold really fast, but we need to get these things set up. We need to get everything set up. God, this is a hard start. We need the food. Can't say no to food. Still room in the storage cart. So the storage cart acts basically like a barn, but with less capacity. So just leave it around for a while and don't worry about building a barn. Although I may build one sort of closer to this end so that these people have a place nearby to dump their food. We will assign maybe 2 foresters to get started. Still waiting for that gatherer's hut to finish. I think people have gone back to feed themselves. And given the travel distances, we may want to get a road down, especially if the laborers do it. And I think they do. We got that road there, don't we? Yeah. So, I think I'm actually do this diagonal kind of road. Because that's actually the shortest path, so it's more likely that people will use that. Fishing, grabbing food. Could build a stockpile over here. Especially since with the foresters doing their thing. That's kind of reasonable. Just a small one. But the barn is probably more what people are thinking about, because the barn is actually where you store food. Just going to build a little 3x3 stockpile right over here. It's going to save a little bit of time. And yeah, almost certainly a barn and a hunting lodge here too. We're at our log limit, which is good. So these people mostly just work at replanting trees, which is going to be really good. We need that to finish. Do I have... Oh, I'm out of stone! I'm not even paying attention here. Oh, crap. Just pause. Grab stone. Grab stone. There's more stone around here. Grab it. Grab it. Grab it. Okay, that should be plenty, I think. Maybe a little more there. All that stuff. Good. I was going to say we should be building things, but I didn't realize we were out of stone. Ah! So what I'm thinking, and what I'll do, I'll put pause on these. Build a storage barn maybe right here. It's not too far away from where our food buildings will be, but also relatively close to the village. Pause that. Oops, I keep hitting the wrong button. And then, yeah, I think I'm going to build a hunting lodge like right here. If I do that, I guess it's more in line with the other buildings, I think. There. And I will put a pause on this, though. People have some coats right now, so we're going to be okay. And what I'll probably do is build a secondary area down here where we will have maybe another hunting lodge and an herbalist. An herbalist? I mean, either you say the H and an AN, or you go... Yeah, alright. A herbalist. Or an herbalist, I guess. I don't know, like... The H is there. If you pronounce it, does it count as a vowel? Do you go A? Do you go AN? I mean, ultimately, you go with what sounds better. I think. I should probably max the gatherers, actually. Just keep 2 dedicated builders around. So they're done building right now, which is good. So what do we want to build next? Probably the houses. I'm going to DQ, or depause, unpause, all the houses, because we're going to need all 4. It's early winter. We don't have a house yet for anyone. All my people are going to freeze to death. It's a good thing they have coats. They're still going to freeze to death. We've got enough supplies of everything good. So as long as the houses get built, let's max that out. Let's actually cut back on the fishermen and just go to max builders right now. Get her done, guys. I think all my people are going to die before we survive the first year. That's not going to be uncommon. It's like the Dwarf Fortress problem. It's the same thing. That first year is extremely sketchy. I would also like the ability to change what you can put in stockpile. Oh, everyone's freezing to death. Everyone's freezing to death. They're all cold. Build those houses. Oh, God. And everyone is dying. Okay. So, let me restart this map. How do I wish you could copy and paste. Let me just grab that over here. Because I want to play on the same map, but obviously the start was not fast enough. You really have to rush. Maybe I need to worry slightly less about food. That's possible. So 613 128 274. It looks good. Small mountain harsh. Okay, let's try again. The delay of not getting the rocks online was probably bad. 613 128 274. Really? 613, there we go. 128 274. The fact that you can't copy and paste and all those things here is very annoying. All the other settings are the same. So we should get exactly the same village. Let's try that again. How are we going to get everything built in time before winter? Well, maybe I need to think of it opposite of how I normally work things. And maybe we don't build the bridge. Can we get enough food gathering here? Actually, I guess if I just set up fishing, maybe one fisherman, and we'll have to hope that that's enough to not starve to death very early on. That's a possibility. Let's give that theory a try. So, we want... I still think this is a great spot for a fisherman. I think that's fine. I'm not going to spend any time with the roads. We'll go ahead and drop the stockpile. What I'm actually going to do is line it up so that... Is 8x8 the biggest? No, we can actually go quite big. I guess 10x10 is the biggest. Go 6x6 and assume that that's good enough. I'll just chop down the trees in this area and this stone to start off with. We'll get the fishing hut done, then build 4 houses, and then expand across the river. We'll try that. I don't know if it'll be enough food, but there's going to be some food at least, so we should be okay. Actually, one of the other questions is, do you allocate your fisher people right away, or do you wait? Just a little bit of road, just so I've got an idea about the layout that I want. And then, yeah, that thing's going to go away at some point. Okay. Something maybe roughly like that. There we go. Little block of houses there. Everyone build. Build, build, build. We're out of goods, so... a little bit more of an area there. Good amount of stone here and here. Keep at it. These people are actually building, which is good. There's only going to be one food source. I'm pretty sure we're going to have to dedicate 4 fishermen to it instantaneously. Even then, I'm not sure we're going to be able to produce enough. We'll have to see how it goes. Okay, starting to put down the houses. Got a few goods kicking around. We may need a little bit more. Still got plenty of stuff designated. Alright, fishing being done. Food is being collected into the houses. We're going to need firewood right away, too. 50 is not going to last us through the winter. Hopefully I've still got enough things queued up here. I'm not sure if we do. One more stone. One more wood. Clear out those trees. They're close. Yeah, we still have a fair deal of things queued up, so hopefully we're okay. Late spring. Okay, I mean, we're not going to freeze to death this time. Hey, thanks for subscribing, War1313. Really appreciate it. All the firewood's already been taken by, like, the first 2 houses. They're like, no, no, this is all ours. Every piece of this. Which is always the problem. In fact, I think the 4th house won't have any food by the time it pops. We'll see how it goes. Yeah, this one has no firewood. Luckily, it's only spring, so people aren't going to freeze to death quite yet. I think food is going to be the problem this time around. Like last time, it was the idea of warmth, but this time it's going to be different. And I'm still going to want to build this bridge. Is there something I can get to without a bridge? Like, should I just build a gatherer here? Actually, I think that would be a fine gatherer, just by itself. Or you could do the hunter, because there is some game over there. We do a pair of those, not do the trick with the forester. Save a little bit more resources. Okay, I think in the interest of time, and I will build the road because it's a long way out. Yeah, it will keep people kind of busy in a kind of a silly way. But I think it's okay. So we'll build a hunter and a gatherer. Finish building this. We need someone to start cutting down some trees right away. Or cutting logs into firewood right away. We still have just enough supplies to get things done, which is nice. I feel like we still have some things queued up. Yeah, we do. Alright, that's a good sign. I'm going to cut back on builders by one, just so that we have extra laborers that should actually be cutting things ahead of time. I don't want to find out suddenly we've got a shortage, but we do have a decent number of goods queued up. Food. Everyone's collected some food? Okay, well that's good. And the fish are coming in, which is nice. How's the production of the fish here? Okay, I mean, it's not herb gatherer quality, or, you know, gatherer quality, but it's not bad. And it's close. So the distance to travel is very, very, like, irrelevant, which is really important. Because you save a lot of time, like, or you lose a lot of time when people are transporting things back and forth. And yeah, I'm probably distracting myself by putting down all these roads. And wasting too much time. And in my last game, I didn't put any roads down for the first winter, so there's definitely something to be said about that. Still, we've got a supply of food right now, and we've got a woodworker started, so actually we're going to be fine. We don't even need this other stuff set up. So we may as well put the roads down, because the roads will lead to greater efficiency. It just delays the rest of your build slightly, and we're going to be okay. We may need to cut down a few more trees, but we basically got that. We've got them queued up already. Just need to cut down more trees for a little bit more firewood. But now everyone's got firewood in all their houses. Not tons, maybe not quite enough for the winter, but they won't freeze to death. They also have warm clothes. No, we're going to be fine. Okay, much better. And what I should do here, and I will later, is clear all the stone and all the metal out of here, which will give more room for trees to grow. I may not build a forester. I may let the forest grow back naturally. But it still will help dramatically, just to clear some things up. And I'm so happy we haven't had a family split yet. Because what sucks on hard is when, like, right away, there's someone without a house. Mr. Jelly Raptor! I'm trying to visualize this, and my brain kind of hurts. I don't know if it's scary or adorable. I like the water effects in this game. Did a really good job doing that. Especially around these curves. Still think this is an area with great potential, but I may have, yeah, rushed that. Just got to survive that first winter. We've got a lot of laborers. Like, our kids really, like, came of age. Which is good. We've got a little bit of a tree shortage. I think I still have... Oops, that's not the tool. I think I still have this instructed to be cut down. And I think, yeah, we're going to grow north, so... Cut down all these trees. We're going to get plenty of stone and iron just from building this road and building these little buildings over here. Which could probably benefit from having a barn nearby. Which I might place now and then pause. Yeah, something like that. Actually, if I placed it sideways, I think it would encroach on their territory a little bit less. I like that. But pause, because it's not important. Food is good. Plenty of firewood. Not much stored logs, but that's alright. We will make it through this first winter. Let's go ahead and kick the speed back up to times 10. Because there's nothing to do but to wait right now. Good, good, good. Going a little low on stored clothing. And what we might do at that point is actually take people off fishing and just have them focus on hunting and gathering. Whisper Proud. Oh, I like that name. Sounds like a fantasy name. Like an elf or a gnome or something like that. Like a gnome assassin. Yeah. Sorry, I play in a D&D campaign with Demonac, and we have a gnome assassin in there, and she's the most terrifying thing you could possibly imagine. Her name is Angel. And she's, well, pretty much anything but. Yeah, I can unpause that. We don't have a gatherer going, but I don't think we're going to starve to death this winter. All the houses should have plenty of food, so even if this food supply hits 0, we're going to be okay, and we actually have positive food supply, so we're going to be fine. In fact, as soon as spring hits, I'm going to build an extra house. Very nice. Oh, we could easily survive 20 years here with 50 people. Yeah, well, easily. Nah. Obviously need foresters, though, because there's just not enough area to, like, continuously clear cut. There, done. That sounds like someone gradually signing up for an account. It's like, oh, you got to put in a username. There, done. That username has already been taken. There, done. 2. That username has already been taken. Son of a bitch. Thank you for subscribing. I shouldn't be making fun of your names. Tools. Yeah, I realize that there's going to be a tool shortage at some point. Yeah, probably pretty soon. You're right. It would be bad to neglect this. Oh, that'll be a nice spot right there. Yeah, down to 2. Yeah, good call on that. Let's get rid of the fishing. Oh, is it spring again? Lovely. And go full gatherer. I was about to close that window. Look at that. Do you see that? I actually stopped myself this time. Good food supply. Actually, we'll leave one fisherman in there just to keep up the food variety, which is going to be nice and helpful. We're out of stone. So what I'm going to do is put a little storage lot over here. Still 3x3. So that there's something nearby. And then what we will do is instruct them over here. Get rid of all the stone. Like, all the stone. We don't want any of it over here. And we don't want any iron. We want to let as many trees grow back as possible. I don't think I'm going to bother putting a forester over here. But it'll go. But we will get started on the forester just across the way here. As soon as we got a little bit more of the resources in, we'll build a bridge across. I'm going to let the smithy finish here. Yeah, the fact that we ran out of stone is actually going to delay the smithy in an annoying way. Needs quite a bit of iron, too, to build it. Stone, stone. A little more stone there. Alright, we should get that sorted relatively quickly. Yeah, running out of tools will suck. But, I mean, again, as soon as we hit 0 tools, doesn't mean that, like, the problems start immediately, because tools break over time. Tim Smith EIT. Tim Smith it. I don't know. Reserve of stone is low. We know. There's a little bit in reserve now, but it's still going to get picked up instantaneously. Actually, I should DQ the iron pickups. I really should, actually. You can't do that selectively, but I can cancel removal over here and switch it to just remove stone. Ignore the iron. We don't need that much iron right now. Okay, good. And I've got some stone queued up over here as well, so it should get in there relatively quick. But now we're at 0 tools. Very soon we're going to start to experience a tool shortage. Well, it's quite warm this summer. It was 25, 26 Celsius. It's like, what, high 80s, low 90s, somewhere around there? Maybe high 80s. I'm Canadian. It was like, I don't know, 25. That's really hot. It's way too hot. I can't stand that. Mini fest. Aw, like a teeny tiny little festival. What is this? A festival for ants? Oh, there we go. Construction complete. Only one person with a tool shortage so far. That's good. Of course, it's someone who's actually building the place. What sucks is when your blacksmith doesn't have a tool. Oh, good. Both builders don't have tools. When your blacksmith doesn't have a tool, then you end up with a stupid situation. But at least, generally speaking, the blacksmith should be the first person to pick up a tool because they're in the right location for it. Minimal travel time. Okay. We will want to get more houses up really soon because the aging of the population will, like, sneak up on you. Because they don't age one per year. It's like 1 per season or per month or something crazy like that. So people get old and die way sooner than you expect them to. All right, plenty of resources. Oh god, that building is taking so long. Can we get some other builders? Let me DQ everyone. and add 2 new builders. Hopefully builders with tools. Probably shouldn't have done that at all, actually. Just let them finish. We got plenty of food, though. I'm going to pull back by 1 gatherer. Although we will need more when we've got the houses. Okay, come on, builders. I know I like DQ'd you. It's probably these 2 assholes with no tools who are going to come back. Son of a bitch! Why you gotta be like that? Fine, just finish it. I was like, oh, there's tons of extra laborers. What are the odds that the same guys are going to come back and be the builders? Pretty good, apparently. As soon as that's finished, I'm going to plop down 2 more houses. We're going to start to grow our society. Oh, and the bridge across the way. You know what? I'm actually going to start with the bridge. Good on firewood, yes. I'll only build 1 house because it is winter and it's possible that they go and like just grab all the firewood and screw us completely. Is that good? Oh, 2 in a row. Chaos Rain 666. Okay, I see what you're doing there. And Gorwang is Gorwang. We have lots of laborers. You know what? I suppose it doesn't hurt to just get more and more food storage. It's kind of silly to hold back on that. Oh, we do need a blacksmith actually assigned. Finish the house. Finish that. Good number of supplies. We're out of wood, so we will do a little bit more tree chopping here. And then we're going to set up our forester. Get that rocking and rolling. Get a nice mature growth going on with the help of the forester. What am I looking for? I'm looking for this tool. Put him in roughly the same place as maybe last game. Somewhere here-ish. I think it was higher up last time, but honestly I'm okay with this. Get that down. Oh, and actually that's where we're going to build the houses. I'll build 1 more in town, but I'm going to build 1 next to this forester. I'm going to pause it, but I'm going to put it down so that is lined up correctly there, like that. And yeah, just pause that house. Build the forester first. Okay, we got enough supplies of everything. Iron count's going down due to building things. Does a forester need iron? Shouldn't. No. But it should be getting picked up by the blacksmith, of course. Tools are being built. 2 people still without tools. Go and pick them up, god damn it. Before you go to work. 10 tools. Wow, they come in really, really fast. Alright, so we should be in good shape there. Food, decent. And should be growing because we just reassigned all our gatherers. And we've got the hunters and 1 fisherman. Firewood, gonna have plenty for spring. Wood is okay. We'll probably have to do a little bit more chopping. We can chop actually all the way up to here, so I will do that. Something like that. Which is not used for the hunting. Although it might technically affect the hunting in a certain way, because the deer might... I don't know what the rule is for the actual deer movement. They seem to cover all over the map. But it feels like maybe they do better in the foresty areas. Like maybe they spawn here, and then they wander around. I don't know. Nobody knows. It's all magic. Yeah, clothes. We do have 2 pieces of warm clothes, and you don't wear them out quite as quickly as you do the tools. So it's less emergency, but pretty emergency. I guess we've got the person. We could probably dedicate a tailor at this point. Get a tailor up quickly. A tailor swift, you might say. Build you there. Because then we can put a nice block. And I actually would really like this road here. Like that, stretch it out a little bit more. And then hold shift and do something like that. There. Foresters. Throw a couple of laborers into that. Get a steady supply of stuff. We'll let them cut things and harvest things and do all these things. Do we unpause the second house? We've got good supplies. Yes, I will unpause that house and let them work on that. They might finish the tailor first. They might do the house first. Either way is perfectly fine. A little bit of road here. looking good. Looking very good. What does the chat think? Ah, yes, the persistent debate as to whether Banished should have combat or not. And it is more of a game about man versus nature. I mean, even something like Dwarf Fortress, most of it is, well, dwarf versus nature versus mountain. You know, sieges do come later, and they're certainly very exciting. But, you know, a lot of the challenge is just straight out survival. And there's a lot to be said about that. Makes for pretty compelling gameplay. I think there could be the possibility of threats later on. Maybe you can turn on and off. I mean, they have disasters. And some disasters could be something like a bandit raid. But, you know, you're not building a military. But I could see maybe some sort of law and order system later on. Like maybe there's criminals. Like some people can turn into criminals and you'll want to build some sort of sheriff or something. That could be a thing. So far, happiness doesn't seem to be that much of a problem to maintain. Maybe it's a little different when we get bigger. But for now, like I haven't really felt the need necessarily a cemetery or a church or a tavern. People seem to do okay without that. But I wonder if later on food variety might be a little harder to come up with because gathering might start to lag behind agriculture. Although you can get a pretty good crop variety too, so I don't know. Foresters live there. That's perfect. Winter again. Plenty of food. Plenty of firewood. Out of warm clothing, but we'll hopefully get that built soon. We are out of iron, which I had missed. Let's do that. Let's do that. Actually, grab all this iron. There we go. That's all fine. Clear all that. Excellent. And all this iron too. Get it all out of the way. So let's gatherers. How's it doing? Pretty good, despite the fact that there's not a lot of tree density there. It's not doing too badly. And later on it will do, of course, even stronger. We're actually maxed out on firewood, which is really nice to see. Good tools. We are out of extra warm clothes, which is certainly a problem for anyone who's supposed to be working outdoors a little bit more than others, because they will return home to warm up whenever they get cold, but without the warm clothes, they'll probably get cold a lot faster. Not that these are the warmest clothing. If we can get some sheep, then we could make some really nice woolen stuff. Citizens do optimize which house they go in based on their job. So I think, I don't know if they change their job or they change their houses or whatever it is, but they do, people will live near where they work or work near where they live one way or another, which is very nice. So we got some more kids, so we don't have to worry about like completely losing our population to old age. Excellent. In fact, since I've got food production over on the west side, this might be the place to go and put an herb gatherer. It might be a little early for herbalism. But you can always sell the herbs as well. I think we would need an extra house here too, though. So put one on the other side. Alright, not bad. We're not even maxed out on fishing. We have a pretty decent supply of food. Still picking up this stuff over here. Survived another winter. Everything is awesome. Maxed out on tools. Very good. A little short on stone. We'll probably have to set up a quarry relatively soon. Which is a bit rough. I think I'm going to do is actually queue up people to come here and collect the stone. And I'm going to use that to build a few more bridges. Like down here. What? Really? Really? Why can't I build a bridge here? Is it too much like of a mountain kind of thing? Alright, there's fine. And then I'll queue one up to go sort of up here. I mean, they can reach, but it'll be very convenient to have a bunch of bridges all over the place here. Queue in there as well, I think. But, obviously we can do a lot of mining since we are in the mountains. So, a mine here and a quarry here might actually be really decent. We don't really have the population base to really work those. But we also don't have a whole lot of space to just collect them from the surface. We're going to run out of easy access stone and metal really soon. We do have a lot of metal banked right now, though, so there's that. Making some coats, which Check here how much leather we've got kicking around. Looks like none. Okay, right. The leather would go here because it's closer. It's a decent amount. Yeah, we've got lots of coats. We should be able to survive for a good long time. To the extent where I'm actually considering I could just turn off the tailor. Complaining about reserve of logs. And we will get some. You know what? Actually, I will turn off the tailor for a bit because we should be good on coats for some time. And I'm going to add more foresters. I'm going to cap it out to 4. Try to get this going as much as possible. Actually, we could really release the blacksmith too. We've got plenty of tools. We'll have to keep an eye open on there because it's very easy, I'm sure, for me to just lose track of how much I've got of everything. But for now, the extra laborers... I mean, I guess they are going to act as laborers if they hit their limit. That's true. But this will make it just a little bit more consistently just be laborers. Pick up all the stuff. Make sure we're in good shape. I think we're going to order these trees here to be cut down. And here. Because we're running low. And it's almost winter and we haven't maxed out our firewood, which is a little scary actually, so we've got to keep our eyes out on that. I think we are going to need an early quarry. We're okay on metal, but there's a pretty consistent demand for stone. Yeah, I don't know. Food's decent. Not quite as much as when we did our full cultivated forest. The hunting's going fantastically, though. And we'll see if that continues. Alright, so that's fine. Winter is now here. Not much of a reserve of firewood, and we're out of logs, which, yeah, I guess is why that's happening. But we've got a fair number of laborers who are chopping things down. Hopefully they will... Well, actually, I guess they're mostly collecting all the rocks and stuff from over here. Which is not necessarily ideal. Cut down these trees here, which they can reach without a death march. Actually, I might be able to stick a bridge in here. I'm not sure. It looks like there's the mountain here, and I bet you all this is unbuildable, which sucks. On speed 10. Mostly just waiting, but the trick is like getting this to a population of 50 and maintaining it. Good God. I mean, I'm producing enough food right now to feed 26 people, but this is nowhere enough food to feed more than that. May as well get one herbalist going on. Check the chat. Quarry next to water? Maybe, yeah. And yeah, with this video, the reason we're not playing Brussels is because we want to try like a different setup and see how it is. This is not going to turn into a Let's Play, I think. Although, the challenge makes it very interesting. Makes it very, very interesting. Because a lot of these builder games, once you get to a certain point, things kind of stabilize. And then some of the challenge and fun goes away. Although, I suppose that's what the disasters are there for. And yet, that's one of the reasons I didn't turn them off, because having things go horribly wrong, A, makes for very entertaining videos, and B, gives you additional challenges to sort of live up to. So we don't have enough wood for this. I think it's probably still too early for the quarry, but I'm very tempted. Well, the stone is there, but not the wood. I think I'm actually going to build a road down here. But I'm going to go to one side like that, because we can probably fit in some houses there. There. Keeps people like maybe inappropriately occupied, but there you have it. Well, we didn't lose anyone for one more winter, which is nice. I think they're still obsessing over stone over here as opposed to logs. We do have a fair amount of logs. Oh, there we go. They're cutting these down. Okay. I think this is queued up, and this was queued up for chopping, so yeah. We should be fine. Food production still decent. And mountainous terrain. The big problem is we have nowhere to expand. We're just like are gonna run out of space pretty dramatically, and it will be hard to make it all work. We could potentially do a little bit of farming here. Actually, we could just do gathering here. This would not be a terrible place for it. No, that's true. But I still like this too. And we will want some farms for variety. Probably. Tailor back on with a relatively low threshold. I mean, I still don't like it when they're constantly switching their jobs back and forth whenever someone picks something up, but it'll be fine. I suppose I could do the same thing with the blacksmith. 25 tools is going to be more than enough for all our demands. We're up to 29 people, 20 adults at that, which is pretty strong. Still need more wood. But it's going to trickle in over here. Slowly but surely. Really do want another one, though. Another forester. Should I build it here? What do you guys think? I guess it'd work. Forester and then maybe another hunter. Actually, we're running low on food. Should probably be another gatherer. Like, I want more leather, but yeah. Just wait for this bridge to get finished so that this site is kind of useful, which mostly just needs more logs. So, yeah, that's not bad at all. Well, that might even be stronger. I'm trying to decide. From the other side? No, not the other side. Guess I'll do this, and then I can put the gatherer just to the right of this. And I think that'll be okay. It's not optimal coverage, but it'll have to do. And you guys can clear any stone that's here. We don't really need the iron in anything vaguely resembling a hurry. So let it just get picked up naturally by the wood, the forester. Not that we really have that many people to sustain all these things, but it's generally okay. Food is going up, which is good. Probably need another house soon. Well, I guess when we get this built down here. Actually, I'll queue up a couple. I'll pause them. Something like that. Get some more family growth at some point. Don't want to rush it too much because we don't have a huge food amount. Although, we would like these people to live near their houses, is what it comes down to. And we are building more food sources here by having the extra gathering hut. Might put a hunter right across the other side over here. I think that would actually work relatively well. Well, we don't need a road there. But yeah, since it's going to have relatively good foresting because of the Foresters Guild, and then be able to access some of this old growth, which is we're going to plan to have other things at some point anyway. Yeah. Let's go and throw in a couple extra builders at this point, get things done a little bit faster. Food. Definitely a thing. Well, let's max out our fishermen. Yeah, that's probably a good idea. Running definitely very low. Is it possible we're not getting the production out of these? No, that's alright. That's alright. No, just a population. Reserve of logs is low. We know. Pull back on the builders and actually go up in terms of foresters, because they've split their foresting between the two sites, which is good. And the gatherers will do the same, which will actually increase the efficiency of the gatherers, because that way they won't overpick one area. And right now, because their log demand is so high, the foresters are going to be pretty aggressive with their chopping, but they're still mostly going to let trees get to maximum maturity. Should really queue a bridge up here. I'm worried about this forester trying to get to this spot here and taking a really ridiculous path around. Really, we can't bridge this spot either? Oh, there we go. We can build a bridge there, which is good. Let's... I guess we could safely queue it up, but let's not. Bridges need a lot of resources, though, which is kind of annoying. I think I'm actually going to queue just a little wood cutting in this area. Just a little. And a little bit here as well. They'll be replanted. Yeah, the wood situation is not great. I guess we're using a lot to build these stupid bridges. And I should probably put that on pause, but I want to finish this one for sure. And then no more. I'd actually like to unpause one of these houses because I don't like how far they have to walk. But I'm not sure we can handle that. Especially it's going to need a fair amount of wood. Not a huge amount. And food. No, let's unpause this one. It's going to be really nice for efficiency. I don't like how spread out our town is. There's going to be so much wasted travel time. And people freezing to death in the winter. Yeah, I'm going to have to stop because again, I've had like a little bit of a lingering sort of maybe kind of cold the last couple of days. Just light coughing, light sore throat. And it's definitely catching up to me. So, but it's interesting to see that we will be able to survive. And getting to 50 populations, I really think we can manage it. Food is a little scarce, but not terribly so. We can do this. So, yeah. See you guys next time. Thank you for watching. Thank you for coming out. It was a lot of fun. Thank you doubly so to well, not doubly so. Thank you 10% more to all the subscribers. Just a scooch. Just a scooch. I appreciate it. Very, very nice of you. And to everyone who participated in the chat, certainly. Banished. Anyway, keep your eyes open. There'll be more all kinds of content on YouTube afterwards. Bye-bye, folks.